live from the Earl Crabbe Gymnasium on the campus of Placer High School in Auburn. Touchdown Productions, Championship Television for the Foothills, is proud to present the CIF Sac-Joaquin Section Les Schwab Tires Division III Basketball Playoffs. Tonight, the first round of the playoffs, the number 5 seed, the Placer Lady Hillman in the green and gold, taking on the number 12 seed, the Calaveras Lady Redskins, right here on your Foothill Game of the Week. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Earl Crabbe Gymnasium, the beginning of the Lady Hillman's playoff run, which they hope will take them all the way to Arco Arena. I'm Pete Dufour, along with Terry Tangney, and Alan Barros is again with us tonight. Our producer-director tonight is Gil Dominguez, and of course the entire Touchdown Productions sports team is on hand, along with the Placer High School pep band, as the Lady Hillman begin their playoff run against this team from Calaveras. And Terry, people often refer to the playoffs as the second season, whole new ball game.
Well, Pete, it's actually the third season. You've got your preseason, then you have league season, and now you have the playoffs. And Magic Johnson years ago said it better than anybody. It's winning time. Single elimination, you lose, you snooze. So every pass, every dribble, every play is important. This is the most fun time of the season for basketball players. You
lose one and you're done. We'll talk more about tonight's game, take a look at our playoff brackets, and talk to the coaches right after we pause to let you know that tonight's Lady Hillman Road to Arco Arena is being underwritten by all 3 locations of Liberty Motors. Gary Alkenbrecht has created more selection for you with the addition of Liberty Motors in downtown Grass Valley. So now you have 3 Liberty Motors to choose from. Freeman Lane, downtown Grass Valley, and Liberty Motors in Auburn as well.
Hanson Brothers Construction and HBE Rentals. Helen Orson and Jeff Hanson, along with Sue and Larry Peterson, are general contractors who can also provide you with ready-mix concrete that is computer batched in a variety of colors and radio dispatched to your site. Hanson Brothers Construction and HBE Rentals.
Placer Title Company. Larry Ingersoll and Sally Vigil remind you that when you purchase or refinance property in Nevada County, it's you who have the choice of title companies you want to work with, and Placer Title Company has 2 locations to serve you with complete title and escrow service. That's Placer Title Company.
And by Taylor Heavy Hauling, with 35 trucks at their disposal, Richard, Sheila, and Dusty Taylor specialize in big, heavy hauling. But they can also haul the little things for you as well. For contractors, businesses, and personal hauling, Taylor can handle all of your transportation needs. That's Taylor Heavy Hauling.
And Ray's Radiator Service and Douglas Automotive, owned by Judy and Bob Hillman since 1957. Ray's Radiator has now joined forces with Douglas Automotive to provide you with professional radiator repair, including cleaning and re-coring, and complete automotive service. Ray's Radiator Service and Douglas Automotive.
And by Touchdown Productions, Championship Television for the Foothills. This is Alan Barros, along with Pete Dufour and Terry Tangney, bringing it all to you tonight and saying thank you for choosing us at Touchdown Productions for your family viewing. Be sure to tune in next time on the Game of the Week as we travel to Forest Lake Christian and watch the defending Division V state champion Lady Falcons take on Vacaville Christian in the second round of the section playoffs, exclusively on our Foothill network of stations. ACTV, Channel 20 in Auburn, Seabridge Connections, Channel 23 in Colfax, and Alta Sierra, Lake of the Pines, Channel 7 in Bear River, and NCTV, Channel 11 in Grass Valley and Nevada City.
All right, thank you, Alan Barros. Along with Terry Tangney, I'm Pete Dufour, and our officials are on the floor, Renee Ybarra and Paul Souza, and they are 2 good officials here because of their officiating abilities in the postseason. And Terry, 2 high school girls basketball programs which have been regulars in postseason play, hooking up tonight for the first time. The host, Placer Lady Hillman, taking on the Calaveras Redskins first round Division III playoffs. And Coach, of course, is our basketball analyst and our mentor. He's coached here at Placer and also in Southern California. And Terry, 7 consecutive years of 20-plus win season will get you a lot of appearances in the playoffs, won't it?
Well, Coach Coach Cam has done a great job of preparing his girls during the season. Each and every year brings them to the playoffs, always with a good record. And anytime you can win 20 games, 7 seasons in a row, that's something to be really, really proud of. And I'm sure these girls are going to be ready here this evening, as they always are.
All right, we're going to go to the center court right now. And speaking of Coach Camillucci, he's out there with our Gil Dominguez. Take it away, Gil.
Thanks a lot, Pete. Coach Camillucci down here with us on the floor of the Earl Crabbe. And, Coach, it's playoff time once again.
Yeah, it's great to have another home game. Very fortunate.
And Lady Hillman joining the postseason party, one of the 16 teams in the tournament. What did you tell the girls prior to tonight's game?
Well, I just told them to enjoy it, especially a home game. And for the older kids, play like there's no tomorrow, because there just might not be. The younger kids soak it up, gain the experience, so it'll be better off next year.
Now, you had a fairly successful season. Obviously, you got into the playoffs. What did you learn from the season? What did you want to try not to do in the playoffs?
Well, I think we learned we're the best team when we play together. As a team, we share the ball. I'm very proud of the season, being 22-5. We really want a league championship. And in our league, you can't lose a one that you should. A guy like Wood Creek, it hurts you. So we're real disappointed about that, but we're excited about the playoffs.
Well, this is you're no stranger to the playoffs, and you've coached in the playoffs numerous times. So the Lady Hillman prepared for tonight's game. What do you know about Calaveras?
Yeah, they're a very good team to be in the playoffs. I know they're in a league with Bret Hart. It's a very, very good team. That's their only 2 losses in league. They got their big girl back who's been out for most of the season, and 24, who's probably the best player. And, they got nothing to lose, really. Come up here, and they're the 12th seed, knock out the 5 seed. They're a little less pressure, maybe.
Well, I hope you guys take care of business tonight, get into the second round, and maybe we can see you down there at golf.
That'd be great. I'd love to be down there.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Gil.
And Coach Cam said he wanted to cut it a little bit short tonight, as we're going to have the introductions here in just a second. Thanks for joining us tonight as we present to you the 2004-2005 CIF Sac-Joaquin Division Playoffs. Be sure to stay with your game of the week, because we'll be traveling around to cover all the teams on their road toward Arco Arena and the section championship. Right now, let's throw it back to you guys. Think that second set of underwriters. Everybody wants to be part of playoff basketball, and we sure do thank our sponsors of our show, which bring it to you each week. Guys, back to you.
All right, and Gil, we'll get to those mentions with Alan and Terry in just a second. I want to tell you first, though, that the opponents tonight, the Calaveras Lady Redskins, come in 15-10. Coach Franceschi has seen his team devastated by injury and personal tragedy during the season. Tony alluded to one of the girls who was hurt. 6'1" center, number 24, Shelby Golston, involved in a car accident in which she was the driver, almost killed her sister, and we understand she's recovering well. We wish her all the best. Shelby's just getting back into shape physically now, has a couple of games under her belt, and she should be at full strength. She has a career after high school in basketball if she wants it. Some Division I schools are looking at this young lady now that they are back to full strength. Coach Franceschi, Terry, says he wants to do more of the things that they've done typically during the season, including being able to rebound, get out and run the break. They haven't really been able to do a whole lot of that, but now finally everybody's healthy, and it's kind of tough to just turn on the switch this time of year, I would imagine.
Well, Pete, you can't know what her psychological recovery is going to be. Certainly you can be a little more predictable about how she's going to recover physically. And if she's played 2 games, she's probably pretty close to being where she'd like to be. But what's going on in her mind is another thing. Let's just hope things are well for her and that she can get right with it and get right back in the swing of things.
And they'll need her to get back into the swing of things tonight, since it is a playoff game, and I believe she'll do that.
Well, Alan, evidently they like to run a lot, so they're going to need her rebounding in order to get down the court and get running.
The Lady Hillman Road to Arco Arena is being underwritten by Real Estate Center, Lake of the Pines. Local owner, broker Larry Harley specializes in everything Auburn, Lake of the Pines, and Alta Sierra. Larry and his staff at the Real Estate Center will guide you through the entire purchase or selling process and will always be there for you when you have questions. Real Estate Center, Lake of the Pines.
And we have a brand new underwriter, California Hardwoods. Thank you so much for participating in the Foothill Game of the Week and helping to bring high school athletics to our area. Serving the Foothills for over 16 years, California Hardwood is not just for contractors anymore. At California Hardwood, they specialize in creating beautiful beams, molding, and recycling wood products. They even have monthly specials like 3-inch pre-finished rustic red oak flooring and California Hardwood Products Incorporated.
Let's pause for the national anthem, and we'll get back to the mentions. Burke Home Loans. Burke Home Loans can finance the life you've always imagined in Nevada County and offers many loan programs for residential, land, or construction purchases. John Burke reminds you that there are many local programs now available, and one is sure to fit your lifestyle. Burke Home Loans.
Sierra West Sports. The Bruce family has a new sports store for you in Auburn, specializing in one-stop shopping for all your team sports needs. And now every school can participate in their Hooked on Sports program, which allows you to support your local school with sports equipment all year long. For every sport, it's Sierra West Sports.
Diamond Pacific Lumber. Manager Chris Peterson reminds you that Diamond Pacific carries construction-grade lumber for contractors and homeowners, along with a complete hardware store with a selection of products to help you, along with Trex composite decking material. Diamond Pacific Lumber.
And by Touchdown Productions, that's us, championship television for the Foothills. Your favorite Game of the Week telecast is now available on DVD. That's right, every sports broadcast in your vast Touchdown production library is now available on our new DVD format. And now Touchdown Productions can even transfer your home videos to DVD as well. So keep those precious family memories, forever transfer them to DVD with Touchdown Productions.
Getting now to the player introductions. Introducing the Calaveras Lady Redskins.
You know, Alan, an interesting thing I think in the game this evening is going to be to see how the team from Calaveras handles their travel. That's a pretty good trip. I don't know what time they left, but I would imagine they left pretty early this afternoon, maybe stopped, got a little something to eat on the way, and now they're here after a long day on the road. So the beginning of the game may be very important for them. It'll be interesting to see what happens there.
I can imagine, though, the travel is hard, but most teams that travel are going to want it really bad because you're not going to take a 2-hour trip just to come up and lose.
Well, not only that, but you've got that long bus ride home if you lose.
Right.
That can be really kind of brutal. Coaches vary, but some coaches like it very quiet on the bus going home if you lose. And 2 or 3 hours on a quiet bus, I can tell you, it's not a lot of fun.
Especially knowing that that's the end of the season, and you either have next year to look forward to, or that's the end of your career.
Yeah, so let's take a good look at the very beginning of the game, see how Calaveras looks, see if they come out with kind of fresh legs, if they're energetic, moving well. That might be a good sign as to how the bus trip affected them.
And it'll be interesting to see how Placer comes out, like if they come out with a sense of desperation or if they're kind of confident, somewhat cocky on their home court tonight.
Well, I don't know about cocky, but they certainly should be confident. They have a very good record here over a long period of time. This is a great gymnasium to play in. If you're a coach, it's the perfect coaching gym because the fans are not near you. They're seated up behind you. So certainly they have a home court advantage. Welcome back, Pete.
Hello, and if they win this game and something goes wrong down at Vanden tonight, Placer could be home again on Thursday. Next Wednesday would be the semifinals if they get that far, probably against a very, very tough St. Mary's team. But how about we win this one first? And Kelsey Burns is set to tip it off, and away we go. As I'm not sure who's going to get that one. They're going to re-jump that one. Officials weren't sure either, as 22 is the starter? They must have changed numbers on us. I don't see, I don't have a 22 out there. I'm guessing that's Katie Busey. Number 22 is actually 23 in the program, but that's Katie Busey. She's a sophomore, tipping it up, and she wins the tip, and away we go. First thing we notice about this team is they've got some height, Terry?
Yes, they do, but they're playing the big girl outside to start with.
Now that was Mallory Willard with the left hand off the glass, 2 points, and Calaveras with the early lead just underway. First round, Sac-Joaquin section, Division III playoffs. Great pass from Rachel Hare down to Tiari Dvorak, but she missed the layup.
Keep that little back screen play that Placer runs. They run it almost the first play every single game. It always gets them a good shot.
Unfortunately for the Lady Hillman, didn't get them a basket that time. That shot outside from Katie Walter. She averages 8.6 points a game, has 24 threes to lead the team. This girl has 53 threes on the year. Rachel Hare, that's a 2, and we're all tied a deuce apiece. 1 minute gone here in this playoff game.
And give Laura Schoenhoff a lot of credit on that basket for quickly getting the ball up court before the Calaveras defense could get set.
There's the young lady we talked about at the top of the show, number 24, stepping to the foul line, Shelby Golston. Averages 11 points a game. Good look at her there. And, again, involved in a rather tragic car accident that almost killed her sister. She was the driver, and, she's just getting back after a broken collarbone. Her sister, more serious injuries. That may even be her, I see, on the other side of the gym in a wheelchair. Her recovery is coming along fine, and she's going to be fine, but it was certainly a setback for her. She hits a second free throw and gives the Redskins a 3-2 lead. Hare drives the baseline, no good. Tipped out of bounds off of Calaveras. It'll be Placer ball.
Well, Pete, it looks like Placer at the moment is determined to pick up the pace and have a fast tempo for this game, maybe anticipating that Calaveras' long bus ride might give them heavy feet to start the game.
Dvorak with the right hand, no good. Placer a little cold from the floor early on, but getting looks. And Hare with the steal. She can do so many things. And she throws that one up. Doesn't get the spin, but she gets the rebound. And the official said what? She was out of bounds?
Out of bounds, came back in. You can't do that.
She was the first one to touch it.
Somebody else has got to touch it first.
Rules meant to be followed.
Placer in a 2-2-1 full court zone press to start the game. Again, Pete, it looks like they're very intent on a fast-paced game.
And another steal for Rachel Hare. That's 2 for her. This is Taylor on the wing, guarded by Hodson. This is Hare from downtown.
Well, they've missed 3 layups, but they bombed the three-pointer right in, directly back to the 2-2-1 full court zone press.
Now against the Del Oro team, we said it was real important for her to get off to a great start. She got 9 points in the first quarter, and then they shut her down after that. But it's good to see Rachel, if you're a Placer fan, getting off early. There's Jill Taylor doing what she does, scrambling for the loose ball. Unbelievable athlete she has been for Placer for 3 years. Here's Hare.
This is a set play by the Hillman with what's called a down screen, where one player screens down towards the baseline, breaks Rachel Hare right up for the wide open 3.
Down low to Kelsey Burns, and she's guarded by Golston. Back out to Tiari, a little short on that three, and Burns with a rebound. What a tremendous game she had against Del Oro. She's fouled. She's going to go to the line and shoot. 21 rebounds in that game against Del Oro down in Loomis, in a losing cause, but Kelsey Burns was quite the star in that game.
Well, Pete, Kelsey is just the kind of player that every coach loves. She plays extremely hard every single second. No ball is out of her reach. She will attempt to rebound every ball. Her side of the basket, other side of the basket, doesn't make any difference.
Double trap there on the point guard. Now down into the corner, tipped away by Dvorak. It'll be Calaveras ball with 18 on the shot clock. Placer High School pep band is here. I don't know if it's a pep band or a rock band. Got kind of treated a little rock concert prior to the start of the game.
Whatever it is, it's very good.
Very good. Number 15, Karen Arola, now into the ball game for the Redskins. And that passes into the backcourt. It's still a live ball, but it's out of bounds. If it wasn't touched, it'll come all the way back to the baseline. And Renee Ibarra, very good official who's been here at Placer earlier this year for a game. You see her there, hand the ball to Tiari Dvorak. And number 23, well, now we got a 24 and a... I'm confused as to who 23 is and who 22 is. Maybe we can get Alan to go over and ask the scorekeeper who's 23 and who's 22. There's Jill Taylor having her shot blocked. Coming out of there with it is Karen Arola. And Laura Schoenup giving off a little height on this point guard.
But Pete, Placer is absolutely intent at this point in time in pressure, pressure, pressure. Either there's something in the scouting report or it's just a matter that Placer's decided that this game's going to be played at a fast pace.
Terry, there's another steal, and on the way to the hoop is Walters, and she's blocked by Rachel Hare. Look at the hustle. Look what Rachel Hare has done for her team tonight. She's got 2 steals, she's got rebounds, she's saving balls, she hits a 3, and she had what would have been a great assist early if the basket had been made. Just does it all. Complete player.
And Pete, she played that play perfectly. She used the correct hand, the hand that would keep her body away from the opposing player's body, so there was no possibility for a body foul.
And there's a 3 from number 3, Katie Walters.
Ball quickly up court again.
Traveling by Casey Ricks, the freshman.
Let's take a look at the distance between Rachel's body and the shooter's body. Perfectly executed, no chance for a foul.
Great job. Nice replay, folks. Of course, we've come to expect it. Touchdown Productions, Mr. Duckett.
She picked the ball up in the wrong place, right in the corner.
And what do we got?
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul, wow. Okay, so 23 is Katie Busey. 22 is Angela Schroed, okay. So 22, and we had her listed as number 25, so.
What do we know?
We just know what they tell us. I'll believe it, too. Thank you, Alan. All right, here's Jill Taylor driving baseline, and I think that might have been blocked from behind by Shelby Golston.
And here's Placer again, pressure, pressure, pressure.
Third steal for Rachel Hare, and she tries to pass it to the freshman Ricks. Great hustle all the way around, both teams. Down to Burns from Showinoff. Gives Showinoff the assist, and Burns the bucket. And the Lady Hillman are out to a 9-6 lead and still pressing. Only 4 or 5 girls on the bench for Calaveras. Placer's bench is very deep.
And that could be maybe the reason for the pressure. Maybe they feel like they can wear them out.
Going to the hole and being fouled is Mallory Willard, and I'm not sure if that's on Hare or Showinoff.
It's on Showinoff.
Here's Showinoff down to Burns.
Perfect positioning, sealing by Kelsey Burns, and then Laura Showinoff with a perfect bounce pass.
Foul was on Kelsey Burns, her first personal and second foul. And coming into the ball game is a young lady who we got a chance to see as Jill Taylor comes out. Got a chance to see a lot in the Rockland game, and that's number 3, Sammy Dreer. She's a little fire plug. Did you see that Rockland game, Terry?
I missed that one.
Oh, her best game of the year, and she's actually in there. They have a double point guard situation right now. On the miss, there is a fight for the ball, a jump ball, and it's Calaveras ball. Number 3, Sammy Dreer, right on the left side of your screen there. Just did an excellent job down in Rockland and earned the right to be on the floor at the end of a very, very close game. Made some great passes and some steals, and she's really coming to her own. And right now she's guarding the point guard, number 14, Mallory Willard, top of the key. That's showing off. Placer's got the double point guard in there right now. What are they going to try to do here, Terry?
Well, Pete, excuse me.
You're Terry.
I'll get it. They're still playing a half-court trap, so the point guard, two-guard thing doesn't make a lot of difference in that defense.
Ricks can't handle the pass, so it goes to Dreer out to Schoenoff, top of the key to Hare. She'll reset. 9-6, Placer with the lead. 2:45 to go, first quarter. First round action in the playoffs. Dreer kind of telegraphed that pass a little bit, and it got picked off. And so Calaveras with the ball again.
Placer sticking with their zone defense, trapping at every opportunity.
Timeout. Franceschi for Calaveras wants a timeout to talk things over here. 9-6. Terry, I think he's probably got to be a little concerned about the quickness and the trapping and the pressing, but they're only down by 3 and they're hanging in there right now.
Well, my guess is, Pete, that he's mostly concerned about the traps and the full court press because that's something that Placer doesn't do on a regular basis. But he better do something about his defense because Placer is getting every shot they want around the basket. Unfortunately, at this point in time, they've been missing them. But he better make some kind of defensive adjustments.
So far in this game tonight, Placer has caused Calaveras to commit 4 turnovers, and that's led to 4 Placer points tonight. And Placer's been very disciplined, only committing 1 turnover, and Calaveras didn't capitalize on it.
And that's the difference in the ball game right now. Placer with a 3-point lead. Thank you, Alan. Rebound, Kelsey Burns, and she is fouled. And so it'll be Placer ball on the baseline. Pick up the foul here. It is on number 23, Katie Busey, the big sophomore girl, 6-foot sophomore forward. And here comes Rachel Hare. Dreer is in the ball game. Schoenoff has a seat. This is Felicia Myers, number 5, to Casey Ricks down low. And Ricks with the assist. Kelsey Burns with the basket. And the Hillman lead 11-6.
Well, Pete,
1:45 to go first quarter.
That time Calaveras was in a 1-3-1 zone. The weakness is along the baseline, and that's exactly where Placer took the ball.
There's a steal by the glove. Felicia Myers leads ahead to Dreer, and Sammy Dreer with a layup off the assist from Felicia Myers, and the steal by Felicia Myers. They call her the glove. She's so quick.
And
this is Golston.
The pressure and the double teaming is giving Calaveras fits.
Yeah, but that time they broke it perfectly, and they scored as number 15, Karen Urola, hits the layup. And it's 13-8. Here's Myers driving the baseline, lays it up, no good. Saves it to Burns, no good.
Again, 2 wide open shots in the paint for Placer.
When you get big girls handling the ball like Katie Busey, that's what you really want if you're Placer. But a nice return there by Urola. And she's picked up, her 6th point of the ball game.
Calaveras staying with the 1-3-1 zone.
Ricks driving the lane. And I'm not sure if this is on the floor before the shot. Officials are going to talk it over while we replay the steal in the basket.
This comes right out of Placer's half-court trap. You'll see the double team there. Placer girl gets her hands on the ball, and here's the best part. Immediately looking up court for the lead pass directly to a layup.
Sammy Dreer. Girls got skills. Now Hare and Burns come to the bench. Dvorak, Schoenoff, Myers, Dreer, and Ricks are in the ball game for Placer. The inbounds pass is knocked away by Busey, and Schoenoff will try to get it in again. And again, knocked away. Need a little ball fake in there.
She needs a ball fake for a couple of reasons. To create a passing lane, plus she's playing against a really big girl, so she's got to create an opening.
And that time it was almost stolen. And now Showing Off comes out of there with the ball. Gets it to Ricks. She goes to the hole. No foul, no call, no nothing. I don't know what they're going to call this. There were elbows everywhere that time, unintentional, but they were there. The foul is on number 33, Tiari Dvorak. Picks up her first personal. That's the 4th team foul on the Lady Hillman.
Well, right now, Pete, Casey Ricks is a little bit overexcited. This is probably her first playoff game ever. The atmosphere maybe have gotten to her a little bit. She needs to calm down.
And Myers with almost another steal. Well, Ricks has played some a very high brand of basketball, playing with the East Bay Explosion from the Bay Area this past summer. A very high-powered team. But and she's definitely got the skills. She's a freshman, and she's just only going to get better and better. And she helps in so many ways on this team. That's a block by Myers, and a foul is called by the official, Paul Souza. And for Felicia, that is her first personal. 4th team or 5th team foul for Placer? It says 4.
It says 4 on the board.
Okay, I think it said 4 a minute ago, too. And the basket by Urola is good. She's got 6 points on the night. Make it 7. Right away, the Hillmen come down with a 1-point lead. And there is a nice assist from Laura Showing-Off as Casey Ricks puts it in the hole. And at the buzzer, the Placer Hillmen take a 15-12 lead. A hard-fought 15-12 lead, Terry. These Calaveras Redskins are not going away.
Well, I'll tell you what's scary, Pete. As you sit here watching the game, and we're going to see the replay here of this pass, watch Laura Showing-Off penetrate this 1-3-1 zone. And again, the 1-3-1 zone has a weakness on the baseline. She's going to take it right in there with a left-hand dribble, which is perfect. And look at the opening on the baseline. Threads a needle right by 3 Calaveras players to find that baseline weakness. And what's scary, Pete, in the first quarter is, as you sit here watching the game, at least I have the feeling that Placer's dominating this game. They seem to be in complete control. Their defense is giving Calaveras trouble. They're getting a lot of open shots on offense, but they're only 3 points ahead. Sometimes you let a team hang around too long, it becomes a problem.
The Earl Crabbe Gymnasium, Placer High School, built in 1936. School is over 100 years old, and this gymnasium there's none like it out here in the West. We hear a lot about the Hoosier gyms back east. Well, that's what we kind of have here. There's a nice little pass from Ricks to Dvorak from initially Taylor, and Placer opens up a 5-point lead, 17-12.
Beautiful passing by the Hillmen, throwing the extra pass, getting the ball right to the open person under the basket. And here's another trap.
And almost a steal, and almost a foul, and almost a layup, but none of it comes to fruition for Calaveras. It turns into a turnover. 5-point lead for Placer, and if they want to try to separate, this would be a good time for the Lady Hillmen to do so.
Calaveras has switched from their 1-3-1 zone to a man-to-man defense. I guess they got tired of giving up those baseline layups.
Dvorak, she can shoot that ball. Nice motion by Taylor, and Dvorak finds her. Very unselfish team tonight for Placer.
Pete, the passing and cutting by the Lady Hillmen so far in this game has been absolutely textbook. Really fun to watch.
Oh, Hare with a kind of a down-the-throat block. She blocked that one with her elbow.
She wasn't going to let her have a layup.
Rachel Hare picks up her first personal. That's the 5th team foul on the Hillmen. There we go. We got the 5 up there as the basket is good by Walter. She's got a nice shot. There's Bob Chapman from K-High Radio. He's up there. We also have Karina Williams, a photographer for the Auburn Journal, here tonight. So you'll see it in the Auburn Journal, hear about it on the radio live. And, of course, we got the replays right here and the pictures to go with it. We got it all. Here's Hare for three. Good! Rachel Hare with her second three of the night. And Hillman 22-14. 8-point lead. 5:43 to go in the first half. Calaveras from San Andreas down Highway 49. 2-hour bus ride, and they're playing pretty good basketball here in the first quarter. Ricks with the rebound. Now this is what she can do, Terry. She can rebound, she can shoot, she can pass. And she goes to Jill Taylor. This time now to Schoenoff around. She's feeling it. Back rim and off, but that was right on target for Rachel Hare.
Pete, that shot was missed, but I'll tell you what, the passing, the ball movement, and the player movement by the Lady Hillman is absolutely just a dream to watch at this point in time.
Well, that was a beautiful pass from Shelby Golston down low, and Angela Schroed made the basket. Now we got a travel call on Ricks, and it'll be Calaveras ball.
And Calaveras comes back with a little full court press of their own that time. Maybe they're going to try to give the Lady Hillman a little dose of their own medicine.
Karen Urola back into the ball game. She's there on the baseline trying to get the ball in, and does so. Here's Golston, the big center, coming down the court. Or actually, that was Katie Busey. But another turnover. How many turnovers now for Calaveras?
Calaveras has 6 turnovers, and Placer has scored 6 points off of them. Placer's committed only 2 turnovers tonight.
Let's see if we can see what happens with this possession, if it's more points for Placer. There it is. And now it's 8 points off of turnovers, and it could turn into 9. Tiari Dvorak so quick around that basket, Terry.
Well, Pete, Calaveras is just struggling to find some kind of defense that can slow the Lady Hillman down. Perfect seal by the post player, one bounce dribble right into the arms of the offensive player, textbook post move.
The rebound off the missed shot taken by Calaveras. And Busey, top of the key to Walters. Golston, looked like she wanted to go 3, and she's got some moves. Again, coming back from that broken collarbone injury, and look at that, over the back of Kelsey Burns without fouling. Knocked the ball loose, and it's off of Kelsey. It'll be Calaveras ball. Katie Walters to inbound. Golston very talented, just like we heard. Look at this. Taylor on the floor, and it's a 2-point takedown. Good wrestling move there.
Placer sticking with their zone and zone trap defense, paying good dividends. On the other end of the court, Calaveras can't find the defense that won't give up a good shot. They've tried a 1-3-1 zone. They've tried a 2-3 zone. They tried man-to-man. They keep giving up good shots.
Looks like they're going back to the zone again.
Back to the zone.
Here's Hare. Nice cross-key pass. And Jill Taylor with her trademark step-back jumper for 3. And she does it left-handed, too.
That time they were in a 1-2-2 zone, which was weak in the corners, and that's right where the Lady Hillman went, right to the corner for the 3-pointer.
You know, I was going to say great passing by Calaveras there to beat the trap, but with Hare interfering, and I think it was Dvorak tipped the ball and out of bounds. And look at that. That was almost a travel. Burns gets it back from Hare, and it goes in.
Shooter's roll on that time, with Calaveras that time trying a 1-2-1-1 full court zone. And again, giving up a basket.
And there's Rachel Hare with her 4th steal of the ball game, and she'll lay it up and in. Rachel Hare have a night. 4:29 to go in the first half, and John Franceschi wants to talk it over with his team, because you know what? A little while ago this was a close game, but now it's up to 31-16. Placer right now with the lead, Terry.
Well, you remember the comment I made at the quarter, Pete, about letting a team stick around too long? Forget it. Placer in their trapping defense, hands, watch the handwork here. Beautiful anticipation. Little touch the ball right to yourself. Down and lay it in.
Look at the focus on the rim by Rachel Hare.
This is a very, very intense effort by the Lady Hillman, and they have come up with a strategy that Calaveras absolutely cannot deal with, and that is zones and zone traps.
Alan, what do we got for leading scorers right now?
Tonight for the Lady Hillman, Rachel Hare and Kelsey Burns are the leading scorers with 8 points each. And Rachel Hare is having a great game defensively with 4 steals. And Placer's capitalized with 13 points off of all of Calaveras' 9 turnovers.
And there you go. Defensive pressure leading to offensive points. Thank you, Alan. 31-16, Placer with a 15-point lead. And now Burns trying to split the defense, the offense, and manages to get a player to pull up short for a little 10-footer that doesn't go. Now here's Myers. Fighting for the ball is Taylor. Coming out of there with it is Busey. Pass, and look at number 15. Very athletic move there by Karen Urola, but the shot doesn't go.
Really nice catch and shoot off a bad pass. Maintained terrific balance.
Good-looking ball player right there, Karen Urola, number 15. Reminds me a little Tiari Dvorak.
Very similar. Very similar styles of play.
They're
Calaveras
both about
doesn't have a lot of players, Pete, but they sure move them in and out.
They got some height. Urola gets it to Golston, and Golston was throwing the ball before she knew where she was throwing at that time. And she looks at her coach like, isn't that what you just told me to do? Turn and throw?
Well, she threw it to the right area on the floor. Unfortunately, there wasn't anybody there.
Yeah, it might not have been her fault. Nice pass by Hare down low. And that's the second pass that she's made that could have been an assist that won't get counted because Myers couldn't hang on to the ball. Now Placer going with a 2-2-1 trap again, 2-2-1 full court. And Calaveras breaks deep, but they don't have anybody throw it down there, Terry.
No, they're not going to complete that pass against this defense. This defense is just too good at the moment. They're covering more area than they actually should be.
You almost had Urola on your lappa.
I did.
How about this? We got John Franceschi and Tony Camillucci. You know, pasta the bassa ball, huh?
Yeah. Is this the Italian championship or the section championship?
That wouldn't have counted anyway because Hare didn't call bank before she shot it. That was from way behind the arc. Placer with this lead. Oh, look at that shot by Katie Busey, the sophomore. Averaging 8 points and 6 rebounds a game. Here's Hare averaging at about 14 points a game. Myers with the pass to Burns, kicks it out to Taylor. And now Tiari says, I'm going to join the party. Nope, doesn't go. And fighting for the rebound, Myers, and it's going to be off of Calaveras. It'll be Placer ball. Shelby Golston down there battling as well.
Calaveras
Taylor comes off the floor, showing off his back on. And Hare is ready to inbound.
Calaveras has been defending the inbounds plays with zones, and Placer's been ripping the zone, so let's see what happens here.
Myers to Dvorak. Look at that spin move. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Again, Pete, the ball just right at the basket. Placer is just shredding the zone every time Calaveras tries to use the zone. They still haven't found a defense that's been effective.
And Tiari hits the free throw. Excellent free throw shooter. Into the ball game is number 22, Angela Schroed. This is a young lady that averages 50% from field goals on her field goals and only 38% on her free throws. I'm talking about Schroed, not Dvorak. Tiari's an excellent free throw shooter and field goal shooter. Hare with a tip. Knocks it out of bounds. Dave Kerr had to duck. Now, Gil, you got Placer on top again. They're the home team. They got to be on the bottom. It's 32-18, though. Oh, okay. All right. Get it straight. I blame Gil. I blame the wrong guy. And we got a foul on the glove. The glove, a little too much love on that one. Felicia Myers says, who, me? Is that her second personal, Alan?
That's her second personal in this game.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about this game. Alan, you're fun to have around. Now here's a good battle going on between Showenoff and Willard. Willard with the basketball, double team. In the corner, Burns tips it away, and I'm not sure who it's off of. Oh, I thought I thought Calaveras may have touched it, but nope, it's out of bounds. It'll be Calaveras ball, and Sammy Dreer, number 3, into the ball game now. She can say ball, 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 ball faster than any kid I've ever heard.
She's been coached well. Oh, she traveled and got away with it.
Hare with the rebound. Up the floor, under control, dishes to Schoenoff. There were 2 girls filling that lane that time. Now Hare, 4-3, no good. I think she's 2 of 5 on the night from three-point land. Willard with the pass down in the corner, coming around with a shot as you roll, and no good. Rebounded by Tiari Dvorak. All these Placer girls can rebound and run. And here's Hare, wide open from way behind the arc. Bang! 3 for 6 from the arc. 50% shooting for Rachel Hare. Keep on shooting, kid.
Distance.
Oh, man.
That baby was out by the bus somewhere.
A parking lot 3 for Rachel Hare. Well, she's got 56 of them on the year, Terry. She's one of the leading three-point shooters in the area.
Just keep shooting them then, sweetheart.
If they're going in, they're going in. You're open, you shoot. Dvorak is replaced by the super freshman, Casey Ricks, who would be starting for many, many other teams in the Sacramento area. And the first shot by Mallory Willard is good. This young lady has 23s on the year, and she shoots 44% from the arc. And at the free throw line, she's looking to get the 20th point of the game and can't quite convert it for Calaveras. Oh, look at Sammy Dreer on the floor. Jump ball. Possession arrow is pointing to Calaveras, but that's just great hustle.
You know, Pete, I'm getting the impression that the Placer girls are taking this playoff business seriously. I mean, they're diving for balls. They're getting hands in passing lanes. They're playing the trapping defenses. They're running a very high-paced, very fast-paced offense. This is beautiful to watch.
And it's got Calaveras a little confused. Jesse Hodson with the travel. Placer leading at 35-19, a 16-point lead after leading by only 3 at the end of the first quarter. We've got a minute and a half to go in the first half.
And Calaveras counters with their own press to no avail.
Because Sammy Dreer is right there to get the ball. Was that Hare with the assist?
That was Hare with the assist.
Rachel Hare on the night, just pretty much just doing it all.
Look at that. Hands in the passing lane. My goodness, this is beautiful. I think
Hare's got 11 points. She's got 4 steals. She's got 3 assists. And she's got 3 rebounds.
You know, Pete, I think if I were Coach Camillucci, I would put this half in a bottle and preserve it.
Especially this quarter.
And bring it out when you need it.
Because you know what? You're going to start seeing more desperation shots and passes like that, because I think this Calaveras team is a little overmatched in the quickness area. Although I think they're a very good team. And they've got some good players, obviously very well coached. I just think Placer's on their game tonight.
And they're playing at a speed that doesn't look like they can handle. Placer has forced them to play a very fast-paced game, and it just looks like they just can't deal with that.
Brianna Peters, number 20, now into the ball game for Placer, a 5'7" senior guard. Been seeing a lot more playing time lately. Bree Peters, one of the 7 seniors on this Lady Hillman team, 3 of whom have been playing together at varsity level for 3 years. And then you look at the Calaveras team, obviously very talented, but a team that has not been together for most of the year. And to have to try to come together, as we mentioned at the top of the program, they have to try to come together and put all the pieces together this quickly at this time of the year. Very, very difficult in the playoff scheme of things.
Yes, it is, Pete, and it just looks like they're very much a half-court set play type of team, and Placer's just not allowing them to do that.
Well, they pretty much had to be, because they've lost some players due to injury. And he likes to run, does Coach Franceschi, but he hasn't really had the opportunity to have the full team out there working together. And so now here's a loose ball. Laura Schoenoff, the sophomore, tracks it down. Hare running into the lane, and they're saying she traveled. All right, she's human. That's like 2 turnovers, 2 travels in a period of about a minute. 16.1 on the game clock. And this is number 21, Alex Lavaroni. Well, of course, Lavaroni, Franceschi, Camillucci. I'm hungry for some pasta. And here's 22, Angela Schroed. But now we're going the other way because 23 has the ball. Look at Rachel Hare. All the way to the hole, and she is blocked. The blocking foul. Sammy Dreer is helping to her feet. Number 14, Mallory Willard. She went down hard.
Well,
Hare will go to the line. They're checking to make sure she's okay. Let's take a look at this one.
She played the play perfectly. They have them outnumbered. The rule is you go until somebody stops you, and nobody stopped her, so she went all the way to the basket.
She just lost her legs on that one.
Yeah. Well, very hard foul by the Calaveras girl.
I don't think she was trying to fight. She looked to me like she was trying to get out of the way, and in spinning, when Hare hit her leg, that just kind of, the momentum just kind of took her and spun her around on her back. Hare gets both free throws.
They just got tangled up.
Well, this is going to be the end of the first half right here as the Lady Hillman. Wow, what an impressive second quarter as they outscored Calaveras 24-7 in that second period and take a 39-19 lead. Wow.
What a quarter, huh?
Mike Saban's there at the door taking tickets, the head football coach here at Placer, and a great guy. And you got the Placer High School pep and rock band. They got the keyboards, the bass player, the guitar, the wah-wah pedal, full-on drums. There they are, and that's Tom Douglas on the trombone in the back there. That's his band. He's done a great job for the marching band and the pep band here at Placer a year or two or 3 years ago. Didn't have much going on in that venue, but now they have got it all going on. And walking in front of the band right there, if you keep that shot, Karina Williams of the Auburn Journal. She's got her camera bag. She's heading back to the Journal to put these pictures in the paper for tomorrow's paper.
Pete, have you looked at the band leader's trombone?
No, I haven't.
You ought to look at it. I think it's from the Glenn Miller era. but boy, can he play it.
We're going to get Mark Lee here in just a little bit. But first, we want to tell you that the Lady Hillman Road to Arco Arena is being underwritten by Liberty Motors and Liberty Motors Grass Valley. Liberty Motors in Auburn, they're proud to display the new Dodge Ram 3/4-ton pickup truck with a Cummins turbo diesel engine and celebrate the new opening of the third Liberty Motors location in downtown Grass Valley. Liberty Motors and Liberty Motors in Auburn.
Hanson Brothers Construction and HBE Rentals. Spring is almost here, so rental manager Craig Arthur reminds you that HBE Rentals is a full-service rental and supply yard that's open 7 days a week with a selection of tools and machines for you to get the job done right. From aerial lifts to backhoes, it's HBE Rentals and Hanson Brothers Construction.
And by Placer Title Company, Larry Ingersoll and Sally Vigil remind you that Placer Title Company has 2 locations to serve you in Nevada County and Grass Valley. And they're located on Sutton Way and in Bear River. Manager Tracy Willis is ready to assist you with any real estate purchase in South Nevada County on Comby Road next to Long's. Placer Title Company.
Taylor Heavy Hauling. Owners Sheila and Richard Taylor are proud of their trucking expertise and are able to provide for all your hauling needs with over 35 trucks available every day. They can handle any load, both large and small, and haul anything you can throw at them. Taylor Heavy Hauling.
And by Ray's Radiator Service and Douglas Automotive. An overheating car can be a serious problem, but Ray's Radiator Service can fix that radiator whether it needs cleaning or recoring, and Douglas Automotive can repair everything else. They'll both get you back on the road quickly. Ray's Radiator Service and Douglas Automotive.
And by Touchdown Productions, championship television for the Foothills. Your favorite Game of the Week telecast is now available on DVD. That's right, every sports broadcast in our vast Touchdown production library is now available on our new DVD format. And now, Touchdown Productions can transfer your home videos to DVD as well. So save your precious family memories and get them transferred to DVD from Touchdown Productions.
All right, we're back here at the floor courtside at the Earl Crabbe Gymnasium. I'm Pete Dufour. On my right is Terry Tangney, a guy who coached for years here at Placer. On my left is Mark Lee. Mark is the athletic director and the head basketball coach for the boys here at Placer. And Mark, first of all, about the boys' season this year, I'm not sure if that headset works. Does that headset work? Find out. It does. Okay, good. Then I don't need to speak into that microphone. Oh, but here, why don't you just hold that then? Okay, good. It's on. First of all, you get my vote for Coach of the Year. You took a team that a lot of people didn't think had a chance, and they were competitive in every game just about that they played. I mean, you came out tough against so many opponents, and many times had the lead at the end of the first quarter or whatever. You got those kids fired up. You did a great job, and we finished about 500 on the year. But I imagine the highlight of the season was the Kendall Arnett.
Yeah, the Kendall Arnett was outstanding. The kids really enjoyed himself. We had a great December. He won 10 out of 12 games in December. Our seniors always had a problem with confidence throughout their 4 years. And we kept building up the confidence, and they finally went 12-4 in the preseason. And then we went to league. Of course, that was an unknown entity. And we struggled a little bit, and the more games we lost, the more confidence we lost, and that double overtime loss at Del Oro hurt us.
What a great game.
There. Yeah, it was a great game. But if we could have won that, I think our whole season would have been different. But we struggled from there. But they came every day. They were a pleasure to work with. They were a lot of fun. And the future looks bright. Our JV team had a great year. They had a great win against Rockland here. Rockland only had 4 losses on the year, and our sophomores beat them twice. So we also have Broadhead and Lenz returning, and Watson. So 3 guys that got a lot of playing time.
Coming up from JV, you got a big guy.
Connor Veneto, yeah, about 6'6", broke the glass backboard down there at this end. That's where we have an old one in there.
When did that happen?
Last Monday, broke that backboard dunking in practice, and it came down and gave him 18 stitches in his shoulder and 8 stitches in his bicep. The glass shards came and hit him. He had to go to the hospital. So if you look up there, that's the original Earl Crabbe
is that right? I didn't even
backboard.
notice that.
The other one's a new backboard.
Terry, why didn't you tell us?
There's a lot of ghosts behind that backboard, baby.
Well, let's speak about the future now. What's going on? You've got realignment. When is that going to be settled?
Realignment will be settled in April. Right now, they have us in the PBL. We could be back in the SFL. We could be in the CDC. We could be anywhere in a number of places here. There's a meeting tomorrow, the 23rd, and final meetings in April. And there's what happens is people come, they're not satisfied with where they're at, then they give a proposal. When they get the proposal, they have to give a proposal for everyone in the section. So you could be moved anywhere they want you to move, and then the committee listens and they make decisions on their own.
So it's a little like electing a new pope.
Yeah, a little bit.
We see the white smoke, we'll know it's done.
Yeah.
Well, Placer may end up as a Division 5 school. I know we're Division 2 in all sports, except basketball, we're Division 3.
They could be Division 4, not Division 5.
Not Division 5.
There'll be 7 divisions, and schools of 900 to 1,400 will be Division 4, and that's about what we'll be.
Yeah.
In the year 2007, we'll be about 1,350 students.
Because Forest Hill's taking kids?
Forest Hill, and also we're not allowed to have any transfers from anybody outside of our district. So we are just Auburn residents coming to our school, and there's not a whole lot of bodies moving into Auburn. As you saw, the elementary school has declining enrollment, and that's going to affect us down the road.
We're talking about maybe closing one of the elementary
Right.
schools. We've been kicking that around for a while. Well, so Placer would be in, if they were to go into the PBL with Bear River,
Colfax, Liberty, the new school in Rockland, Lincoln, El Dorado, and Mesa Verde.
Okay.
Yeah, all schools of about between 900 and 1,400.
Okay. Well, I still think they ought to call it the Sierra Foothill League because we are in the foothills.
Yeah, and Sierra Foothill League will have Nevada Union and Granite Bay in it. So most of the schools in Sierra Foothill League be between 2,200 students and 2,700 students.
Okay.
It'll be pretty big.
Well, Mark, again, congratulations on a great season and the Kendall Arnett Championship. And what's going on in spring sports real quickly? We only have a few seconds.
Spring sports, we have about 350 students out there for spring sports. Our track program has about 150, half of them. They'll be very strong, and our tennis program with Coach Isaac will be very strong again. Coach Thompson always puts a great competitive program out there in baseball. And Coach Roskell is getting better in softball. They should be good. And Coach Joy out in soccer thinks that they should have a great shot running at the SFL title. And our swimming team has 55 swimmers out there right now.
And they can all swim.
And we're at the racket club waiting for the ARD pool to be done. So we have 4 lanes out there right now. We've got a split practice, half coming for an hour and a half, the other half coming an hour and a half after that.
And you got the pep band playing shaft. Everything's good in the hill.
Terry, what do you think about that Calaveras no dribble offense? It goes back a few years, doesn't it?
Makes me feel good. That's how I learned to play.
Yeah. No true point guard whatsoever,
No.
really. Just pass the ball up the floor.
It's a little bit of a throwback.
Yeah, it is. And their leading scorer hasn't scored yet, huh? Golston?
Yeah, well, it's one of those nights for them and one of those nights for Placer, too. Thank you, Mark Lee. Appreciate
Thanks for
your
having
time.
me, and thanks for Touchdown Productions coming to our gym again and gracing themselves at the Earl Crabbe.
Thank you, Mark. All right, let's tell you right now that the Lady Hillman Road to Arco Arena is being underwritten by Real Estate Center, Lake of the Pines. Owner-broker Larry Harley dedicates his time and energy and to the knowledge of the Auburn, Lake of the Pines, Alta Sierra Properties, and congratulates this year's Foothill teams, Real Estate Center, Lake of the Pines.
And our newest underwriter, California Hardwood Products. Thank you so much for joining Touchdown Productions. Winter is not finished yet, so California Hardwood specializes in easy firewood to pick up. They have stacks of both hard and soft wood available, including their Yuppie mix of soft and hard wood, or pick up a pallet full of aromatic chuck wood and have it loaded right into your pickup. California Hardwood, specializing in wood and wood products since 1989.
And we'll get the rest of our sponsors in here. Oh, we're going to do these now. Okay, Burke Home Loans. John Red Burke has 14 years of experience in the home loan business, and what that means to you is he has the experience you need to help obtain the financing you need for the most important purchase of your life, your family's home. For the life you've always imagined in Nevada County, it's Burke Home Loans.
Sierra West Sports. Donna and Dave Bruce own the new sports supply store in Auburn with equipment for everyone. They specialize in team sports equipment for every sport, including jerseys, gloves, pads, mouthpieces, and they love to work with youth and adult sports teams throughout the foothills. Sierra West Sports.
And by Diamond Pacific Lumber, manager Chris Peterson is proud to serve you in the foothills from their Auburn locations. And Diamond Pacific specializes in building lumber for both contractors and homeowners with a selection of power tools and accessories from Makita and Milwaukee. Diamond Pacific Lumber. And, of course, by Touchdown Productions Championship Television for the foothills. Okay, 7:22 to go here in the third period. It's still 39-19. Haven't missed any scoring here in the second half. But, Alan, why don't you go ahead and recap scoring for the first half? And we need to turn Alan's microphone on. There we go. Go ahead, Alan.
For the first half, the leading scorer for the Placer Lady Hillman was Rachel Hare. She finished off her great half with 15 points, 4 steals, 1 rebound, and 2 assists. Kelsey Burns also had a nice half for the Lady Hillman, 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Placer's defense did a great job, forcing Calaveras into 14 turnovers, and Placer capitalized with 13 points off of them. Placer committed 8 turnovers, but Calaveras couldn't capitalize with any points.
Here missing another shot there. And for Calaveras, Golston, no points tonight. She's got 3 rebounds, a couple of steals, and she's had just the 1 free throw. No field goals tonight. And there's her first field goal of the night, Shelby Golston.
Good effort, missed the first shot, right back up to get her own rebound, put it in and score.
It's 39-24, Placer with the lead. There's Jill Taylor with her under, up, and over. And another takedown, Kelsey Burns. I think she's smiling. Kind of hard, she winces and smiles a lot.
I don't know, she's pretty serious.
I think that was a little bit of a strain, that kind of a going to the floor that hard, because Golston is a big, strong girl. Dvorak, stops and pops, a little short one in front of the iron. 41-24.
Ball right into the middle of Calaveras zone again, right in front of the basket. Still haven't solved that problem.
Dvorak tipped that ball away, coming out of there with it. Hare and Taylor with the jump ball. But they're on the same team. Jessie Hodson was in there for Calaveras. She'll inbound in front of Coach Franceschi's bench. And let's set it up. Nice pass down low. And tipped away by Tiari Dvorak, but the putback by Angela Schroed is good. The big senior center, 6-foot senior center, number 22. Burns to Dvorak. Back down to Burns, and she'll lay that up off the glass. And she beat Goldston with a move down low. And now we have a timeout for Calaveras. I believe that is their third timeout of the game. They have two remaining.
Well, Pete, some things appear never to change. Placer continues to move the ball exceptionally well. They continue to cut into the open spaces exceptionally well, and you'll see it right here. Good ball movement right there, cut right in between the players in the open space, right through the zone, up to the basket, up and in. And Calaveras just has not been able to find a way to keep Placer from getting the ball directly in front of the basket. We're into the well into the third quarter now, and that problem still exists.
Well, Goldston overplayed her a little bit and paid the price.
And you have to give a lot of credit to the Lady Hillman because they are moving the ball well, they are moving the players well, and they're creating that opening around the basket.
And now the Redskins will inbound, and as Coach Lee referred to, the fewer passes the better in this offense. Again, Tiara Dvorak stripped the ball loose. Hare on the floor with Walters, and it's a jump ball, and it's Placer possession.
Calaveras still countering with a press of their own. This looks like it might be a man-to-man press. This is something we haven't seen yet. It's about the only thing they haven't tried.
I'm sure Coach Coach Franceschi would just wish the season could be extended a couple of weeks more before he got to the playoffs, when he had all of his players back and everybody working on the same page, because you can have, this is a very athletic team here. Dvorak missing off what would have been another assist by Rachel Hare.
That's the back screen play that they run. It's the same play they ran to open the game. Got exactly the shot that they got to open the game and missed both of them.
Rachel Hare's going to say, Coach, can we try something different? Yeah. They're not making my baskets. 23, Katie Busey into the game. Golson gets a rest. So many girls on this Placer team that can do so many different things with the basketball and without the basketball. And it's just been a pleasure to watch these three seniors for 3 years, Taylor, Dvorak, and Hare. And from outside, just missing that shot was Hodson. This putback is good by Urola.
And that's one area where you do gamble a little bit when you're playing the trapping defenses that Placer's playing. It's very difficult to rebound out of those defenses. Hasn't hurt them so far tonight, but hurt them on that possession.
Urola with 8 points for Calaveras. Top of the key, and driving the lane and called with the charge is Mallory Willard.
And guess who?
Rachel Hare?
Rachel Hare.
Set the school record last year with 20 charges taken.
She took 20 charges in one season?
In one season.
She deserves a very
junior
special award.
She's got about 15 on the year now. And there's another steal. And once again, the miss by Hodson. But you can see the athleticism in this Calaveras team, Terry.
Well, they're obviously a good team or they wouldn't be here, Pete, and it's unfortunate that they had the problems that they had over the year. This might be a little bit more interesting game.
Well, it's interesting. Only a 15-point game. Remember the Wood Creek game now. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I apologize.
We'll let you go on that one.
All right. Okay. Just an off night. An off half is all that one was. And a travel is called on Katie Busey, the sophomore.
Well, when Coach Wooden at UCLA was in his pressing era, when they really pressed hard, he used to strive for what he called the 2-minute explosion. The 2 minutes when you just totally dominate the game and separate yourself from the other team. Placer had a second quarter explosion. And so far this quarter's looked kind of dull, but who knows when the next one may come.
Hare not going to hesitate. Not going to go this time. There's Ricks. Gets it back to Hare. Dreer was open in the corner. Taylor gets it in to Calaveras, and Unfortunately for Katie Busey, she couldn't get the handle, and it went off of her. It'll be Placer ball baseline. Let's see what kind of play Tony Camillucci draws up here as Angela Schroed, number 22, right there comes in. She's fronting Ricks. And get it into Burns out on the wing. And this is Hare. 7 on the shot clock. Dreer for 3. No, just 2. Sammy Dreer. What a leader she is as a junior. Great kid. I think she's also a stand-up comedian. She can stand up, sit down, whatever. She's just plain funny. And a great kid to be around. And she gets 2 points on that one, so she's got 4 on the night.
And a great play by Kelsey Burns on the defensive end to prevent a layup by Calaveras. Great hustle out of the press.
Traveling, and Jesse Hodson knew it. Gave up the ball. And what do we have here?
This is kind of an interesting...
Is that a warning or something to the bench? I don't know what that was.
I didn't. He was doing something with the sub. Maybe they didn't report in correctly or something.
Oh, well, she's in there now, and Hodson comes out because she was a little disgusted when she gave up that ball, and a good coach will say, hey, let's take a breather here. Think about it. 2:52 to go in the third period. Placer with a 17-point lead, 45-28. Again, this was a 1-point game until the last second or two of the first quarter. Placer opened up a big lead with a 24-7 outburst in the second period. And now they lead at 45-28. Coming the other way, stopping and popping, is Katie Walters, the senior guard who's on the student council. She leads the team with 24 threes and averages about 9 points a game. So she's been big for Coach Franceschi. Here is Ricks driving the lane, and she scores off the glass. She'll go to the line and shoot the free throw.
This is a nice lineup that Placer has at the moment with Casey Ricks and Kelsey Burns in the game at the same time. It gives them, well, as soon as I say it, they take Kelsey Burns out. But it gives them tremendous rebounding. Between those two girls, there just aren't any rebounds left over. They get them all. And Casey is a very, very good offensive player, as shown there. Little set play for her to go one-on-one right up the lane.
She's special. I mean,
here she goes again.
She can do that. She can jump. She can steal. She can rebound and run. She reminds me of a gal from St. Mary's years ago who'd just get the rebound and just go straight up the floor like a point guard and would pass people on her way to the hoop and just bring it. You know, they seem to bring it every year, St. Mary's, and they're up there again this year. Very good team. And Renee Ibarra sees that Karen Urola stepped on the out-of-bounds line, and that's a turnover.
Well, what's interesting about watching Casey Ricks play is, as a freshman, sometimes it's very noticeable that they're not accustomed to playing the game at varsity speed. But that's not the case with her. She's right in the mix without any trouble at all.
Not at all. Her time with the explosion has paid off for her. Came right in and just made it a no-brainer. Rachel Harris just picked up another charge.
Nope.
No! Oh! She was camped there. She got one in the snout as Karen Urola came rolling through. And now Laura Schoenoff's going to step into the ball game here in a moment, along with Katie Busey for Calaveras. Laura, of course, with Placer. First basket is good by Urola. And Hare's going to have a seat. And there's number 11, Laura Schoenoff, a sophomore guard who's just done a tremendous job stepping into the starting role this year.
You know, I don't know if we have any official stats or not, but Calaveras appears to be an exceptional free throw shooting team. I don't remember them missing very many tonight.
Well, Sammy Dreer is going to test her free throws right here. She's going to get 2 shots. Did we get shooting percentages at the end of the first half?
I do not have a free throw shooting percentage, but key players for Placer there at the end of the first half. Rachel Hare was shooting 3 of 5 from the three-point line, and she was 5 of 10 from the floor.
Doesn't get any better than that.
That's 19 points in the first half.
15 points in the first half, and that's what she has right now.
go. Sammy Dreer said nothing to this game.
Easy money.
50-32, the Hillmen have opened up a big lead, and now Calaveras is getting a little careless.
Well, it's just so easy to do. The Placer pressure has just been relentless from the opening tip to right now. It just doesn't stop.
Nice little move to the right, and then the pivot and the shot off the glass for Casey Ricks. She is going to be special. Another steal by the glove, Felicia Myers. Here's Dreer running into a red brick wall. She's laughing about it, I think. And no, maybe not. Maybe she banged her nose. But there's a nice play by Urola, taking it all the way to the hole. 52-34. 18-point lead for Placer. Just under a minute to go now in the third period. Calaveras hung in there well in the first quarter. But I think, again, that this tempo is just not something that they're quite used to playing with at this point.
It certainly doesn't look like it. It looks like they're very much a half-court team, very much a set play team, and just haven't been allowed to do that the whole game.
Inbound pass a little high, a little miscommunication to Ricks, and turnover to Calaveras. Walters, she's got a nice little shot. 23, Busey. And that shot from downtown, Mallory Willard, who averages 9 points a game, second leading three-point shooter. Matter of fact, she's 44%, Terry, on her three-point shots.
Well, that is exceptional. That's very high. Anything above 35 is outstanding.
Got a lane violation as called by referee Renee Ibarra.
Placer a little sloppy here the last 30 seconds.
Down to a 15-point lead as we have 20 seconds to go in the third period. Stop and go from Walters into the corner to Urola, across key, Busey for two, no good. Rebound, Golston, and Felicia Myers in there again, tying things up.
Placer's going to get the ball, but Shelby Golston got away with a pretty big push on that rebound. Lucky she didn't get a foul.
Here's at the buzzer a foul that wasn't called. Laura showing off. Oh, they're saying you got a piece of it. What's that got to do with it? If you get the body, you still get a foul. 52-37, the Hillman lead at the end of the third period. Tony Camillucci talking it over with the troops. Alan, why don't you recap the stats for us, get us up to date as we head into the fourth period.
After 3 quarters of play, Calaveras has committed 21 turnovers, which has led to 17 Placer Lady Hillman points. The Calaveras Redskins have only scored 2 points off of turnovers, and Placer's committed 10 turnovers. Rachel Harris having a great game, 15 points, 4 steals, and 2 rebounds. Kelsey Burns also having another great game with 10 points and 8 rebounds tonight.
How about for Calaveras?
Calaveras, their leading scorer is Karen Urola with 10 points, and she has 2 steals tonight. Mallory Willard has 6 points and 1 rebound. Katie Walters has 7 points and 3 rebounds for the Lady Redskins.
Pete, how can you beat a high school basketball playoff game and the band playing Johnny B. Good?
You just can't.
It just doesn't get any better than that.
It just doesn't get any better than that.
That's as good as it gets.
Your sixth man right there. They call themselves the Sixth Man Band. Tom Douglas and the Pet Band from Placer High School.
And deservedly so. They are the sixth man.
Best I've seen. Nice save over there by Marie Willard. And look at Golston floating to the hoop. Little finger roll, little ice Gervin for you.
Well, the question at this point in time, Pete, is does Calaveras have a trick? Do they have something they can do that they haven't done so far that will be effective? And if they do, how long will they wait to bring it out?
Open that bag, because now's the time to pull the tricks out. Only down by 13 with 7.5 to go in the game. Dvorak thinks about the three, gives it to Hare. She doesn't think, she just shoots. She is hot early in the game, but she's cooled off a little bit here as of late. Dvorak saves it.
What a hustle play.
To Taylor, to Burns, has it knocked away. And down the lane she goes. Mallory Willard dishes off to Walters. Kissed the glass. Good. And we've got ourselves an 11-point ball game.
Calaveras, tremendous player movement, ball passing, wonderful, wonderful basketball to watch. And
Placer's 20-point lead is down to 11.
And the last couple of minutes of the third quarter and the start here in the fourth quarter, the Lady Hillman have not looked as good as they did earlier in the game.
And Golston with a block on Burns. And a foul is called, I believe, on Dvorak. And that's only the second personal foul for, the second personal foul and second team foul. No, they called it on 3, not 33. So the foul's on Sammy Dreer. She goes to the bench. And only 2 team fouls for Placer, 3 for Calaveras. We are now at the 6:40 mark of the ball game. Walters, Goldston, top of the key. She shoots. Hair comes out on her, not in time. The rebound. Burns fights for it. Can't control it. Calaveras ball. Casey Ricks will check in for Placer.
Again, Pete, when you're playing a lot of traps and you're chasing around the court a lot, you leave yourself vulnerable to offensive rebounds. That's exactly what happened that time.
Taylor can't control the almost steal. Hodson from the corner, no good. And the missed shot. And the smallest girl on the court, Laura Schoenoff, comes out of there with it. And what another great pass by Laura Schoenoff. Hare misses the shot, but she's on the ground and fighting for the loose ball.
You know, the thing you notice about Laura Schoenoff is as soon as she gets the ball in the backcourt, her head kind of lifts up a little bit. It's actually a little higher than what it is normally, which means she's looking down the court right away trying to find the open player, and that time she did.
Like the bow of the boat going down the river, you know. She's got her head up, sees everything.
It just happens so quickly. Her vision goes down court so quickly.
And she is very good. Look at that pass. Oh, what a beautiful pass to Casey Ricks. She draws the foul, and because of Schoenoff getting her the ball, she goes to the line. 4-2.
Well, good eye contact there. Casey Ricks making the nice backdoor cut. Laura Schoenoff recognizing it right away with a good pass.
Third personal foul on Busey as the first shot is good. Fourth team foul on the Redskins. We're going to get a look at it,
we'll
Terry.
See it right here. See the baseline area there. Here comes the backdoor cut. Little fake eye contact.
Hand signal.
Great teamwork. Just exactly the way the coaches teach it.
The way players learn it, too.
They certainly did that time.
Casey Ricks with the free throws, 54-41.
And gets them 2 points.
So does Laura get an assist on that?
I would give her one.
Okay, there you go. Laura Schoenoff with another assist. And this ball is out of bounds off of Calaveras.
What Placer needs at the moment, Pete, is they need to get 3 or 4 straight defensive stops, kind of get their rhythm back that they've lost a little bit. They were in a very nice rhythm of steal, fast break, steal, quick shot, steal, easy shot. They've gotten out of that a little bit. They need to get back to it.
Placer really doesn't need a 3 now. They just need to burn some clock, right? And get a good shot.
Well, that would be okay.
Of course, a 3 would work, too, if it went in.
If it's a good one.
Well, that shot was taken with about less than 10 on the clock by Schoenoff. That's okay. But again, you're up by 13 with 5:18 to go in the ball game. First round playoff action. Placer trying to get to a ball game, a date Thursday night, probably at Vanden. Now, what a pass by Hare. Wide open was Kelsey Burns, and she lays it up and in. She's got 12 on the night.
Pete, when you've got Casey Ricks and Kelsey Burns in the game at the same time, Placer becomes very difficult to defend. 2 nice players close to the basket. And here we'll see both of them. It goes into the post, comes out, a little penetration, goes right back into the other post. You had all 3 players involved. You had Casey Ricks involved, you had Rachel Hare involved, you have Kelsey Burns involved at the basket, and that's what happens when you can get 2 effective post players in the game at the same time. You can go in, you can go out, and you can go back in, and that was a perfect example.
Well, speaking of post players and going in and out, in the Rockland game against 6'9" Lindsay Hayward and 6'3" Courtney Buns, they had Rachel Hare go into the post like she is right now in the zone defense, taking on the big girl, and just did an outstanding job denying the ball, rebounding, hustling, fighting, boxing out. A la Magic Johnson against Philly in, 83? In the Game 7 finals. And then look at that pass. Kelsey Burns, 2 points.
Exactly what you were talking about earlier, Pete. Casey Ricks gets the ball and takes off on the rebound and then takes off like a point guard. Gets to the other end, makes a great pass for a layup.
This is called a shooting foul by Renee Ibarra. Fouls on Rachel Hare. That is her second personal of the ball game. And at the line will be into the ball game, Haley Van Lieshout.
And this is really what Placer would like to avoid as much as they can. They'd really like not to foul here late in the fourth quarter, late in the game. They have a nice, comfortable lead. If Calaveras is going to score, they really would like to make them score with the clock running, not with the clock stopped. So hopefully they'll cut down on their fouls here at the end of the game.
Good look at this young lady. She's just a junior guard. And coming back in is Katie Walters. She'll replace Lieshout, who got an extended break there. Did Walters. And here comes Showinoff, 58-43, 15-point lead, 4.5 to go in the game as Taylor loses her balance and loses the ball. And a charge foul is called against Karen Urola.
Laura Showinoff, the smallest girl out there, takes the charge.
Taking a charge.
And we may be seeing Calaveras' gimmick here, Pete. That time they were in a 2-3 half-court zone trap. Looks like they're coming back with it.
Trying to trap on the wings. Placer too quick with the passes, and just like that, they turned that trap into a zap. 2 points, Casey Ricks.
Good player movement, good ball movement. Will beat the trap every time. Lady Hillman demonstrating that to a T, that possession.
Nice shot from downtown. Three-pointer for Katie Walters. She's now got 26 of those threes on the year. Hare has 56. Burns to Showinoff. Taylor normally would shoot that, but not in this situation. Rachel Hare, bingo.
Textbook basketball. Attack one side of the court against the trap, quickly swing it to the other side, make the defense cover more ground than they're capable of, swing it right back and get a wide open three, and look at this steal.
And like I said, she can handle the ball. Off of Calaveras, it'll be Placer ball, baseline, and that's always dangerous because Tony Camillucci can draw up a play or two.
And Calaveras' defense on the out-of-bounds plays has been very open right near the basket.
Into Burns. Around from Hare to Showinoff. Penetrates out to Taylor. Corner to Burns. Top to Showinoff for three. She's been hot lately. Laura Showinoff. When Rachel Hare went through her shooting dry spell, this young lady, number 11 for Placer, really picked up the pace.
No fear.
None. She was wide open. She gives Placer a 20-point lead, 66-46 with 2:45 to go. Burns comes out of there with a rebound.
Good anticipation on that cut to the basket. Kelsey stepped right in and intercepted.
Hare's got 18 points on the night. Baseline to Ricks. Here's Taylor. Showinoff, penetrates in there with the trees and dropped the pine cone. And now it's tipped out of bounds by mistake. Well, you wouldn't tip it out of bounds on purpose, I suppose. So
I wouldn't think so.
No. Coming into the ball game is Tiari Dvorak, and Kelsey Burns is going to get a rest. Gets a hand from the fans. This is Rachel Hare with the left hand. Goes right. Almost loses it. Almost travels. Does travel.
She traveled right after she got fouled 3 times.
A little bit of a Rachel Hare sandwich there. Checking in is number 21, Alex Lavaroni. And again, number 5, Crystal Gleason. So John Franceschi is throwing in the towel, and I would imagine Tony Camillucci is going to empty his bench here in a second, as Placer now with a 20-point lead, 2 minutes to go in the ball game.
Nice backdoor cut along the baseline, but unfortunately the pass is dropped.
She's too quick. Casey Ricks. And here's Hare. A little dribble weave. Whoops. Bad pass at Showing-Off's ankles. She comes out of there with it, though. Dishes. Taylor to Dvorak. She's got some moves. I mean, just too many weapons, Terry.
Just time and time again, the ball right in front of the basket. They started the game giving that shot up, and they just have never solved that problem the whole night.
Goldston, who hasn't scored too much tonight, just picks up her 7th point. Held without a field goal in the first half. She's got 3 field goals here in the second half. 1 minute to go. Taylor, no good. Goldston, she's going to roll to the hoop, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. This young lady, again, as we mentioned, getting some looks by some college teams, and her coach said she might not play basketball after this. Katie Walters now in the ball game for Calaveras.
Nice looking player. I wish she would, hope she does continue to play after this. You know, she's not obviously physically 100% yet. It'd be nice to see her at full speed.
When you've got a broken collarbone, it's kind of hard to work on your upper body in the weight room. And that ball knocked away by Laura Showing-Off, and a timeout is called by Placer because Tony Camillucci wants to get his entire bench into the ball game. And you're going to see Sierra Lawson, number 31, coming in. Bree Peters, number 20, will come back into the game. Just about everybody has played for Placer tonight.
Well, Pete, 20 years from now, the players can say, sure, I played in that game.
I was in the playoffs.
I remember when we beat the Rymanese out of Calaveras.
I've got the DVD to prove it.
I can show you.
20 years from now, people say, what's a DVD?
Yeah,
is that like an 8-track?
Yes, yeah. You still have any of those, by the way?
I might have 1 or 2.
Yeah. They're not all bad.
I think it's a coaster.
Maybe it might be the Bee Gees.
Out in the garage, yeah. No, it wasn't the Bee Gees, I'll tell you. There's Janami Harding into the ball game.
She's not bashful.
Oh, not at all. There's another good kid. Good athlete.
Get my name in the paper.
That's right. Well, she's quite a softball player. I'm sure she'll get her name in the paper this spring. Look at Laura Showing-Off tying up the big girl, Katie Busey, the sophomore. And here she comes, Ashley Moore, number 10 for Laura Showing-Off, who's had just a tremendous night tonight. Laura Showing-Off with 5 assists. She's got 3 points, a couple rebounds, but she has been a pest all night and has really run the offense well for Placer. A 3-pointer on the way, no good. The putback is good by Urola. And there's 4 seconds left, and Ashley Moore has the ball at the end of the playoff game. So Ashley gets in there, and the Placer Lady Hillman can say it was a full team win, 68-50, the final score. And they move on to play probably Vanden. It'll be Vanden or St. Francis. We don't know now, but if Vanden won, Placer will be going to Vanden, Fairfield. And if St. Francis won, then St. Francis would be coming here. But look at the difference there in the second quarter. Placer with 3 touchdowns and a field goal, 24-7 in that important second period. Calaveras came back with 18 big points in the third quarter, but the Lady Hillman were not to be denied tonight, Terry.
Well, you know, other than that second quarter, scoring-wise, it's a fairly even game if you just look at the box score. But the reality is Placer controlled the game from start to finish, and if they could have made a few more baskets right in the middle, which they had early, in the middle, late, just about any time they wanted them, then this box score wouldn't look quite so even except the second quarter. Complete domination by the Placer Lady Hillman. Very well played game, Pete. Extremely impressed with their ball movement and their player movement. A good offense triggered by a really strategic defense. Coach Camillucci came up with the full court traps and the half court traps. Very, very exciting style of play by the Lady Hillman here this evening, giving them a 68-50 victory.
And we have the winning coach with us here at the desk, Tony Camillucci. It was kind of the all-pasta matchup here tonight, Franceschi and Camillucci.
Yep.
But you guys control the meatball tonight, so you're top spaghetti and you're moving on to the playoffs. First of all, first quarter, 3-point game, 24-7 outburst in the second quarter. What was the difference for you, Coach?
I think the girls settled down a little bit. Home playoff game. Even though they're 3-year senior varsity players, they're still a little nervous probably. And we didn't attack very well, I thought. And so I think as the game went on, they got a little more comfortable and they took a little more risks, and that ended up in a few more layups.
Because that was really the difference in the ball game. If you look at the scores, they actually outscored you 18-13, I think, in the third period. And then you had them 16-13 in the fourth quarter. But as we were talking about, and I'm sure Bob Chapman up in the booth for K-High is talking about, just too much quickness that they couldn't quite. I don't think they probably have seen this kind of pressure and this kind of quickness all year.
Yeah, maybe not. And, we shot really well tonight, too. Rachel was hitting shots. Jill hit a big three for us. Kelsey played very well down low, getting rebounds for us. So our defense definitely was a big key factor, but we also shot the ball very well, and that helps out.
Tonight, all the big girls played well in the post, and Rachel played well in the post on defense. Again, just like at the Rockland game with that zone at the end. What do you think, Terry? I mean, you actually know something about this game. Why don't you pop in here? Can we turn Terry's mic on before we? Okay, go ahead, Terry.
Tony, I was just wondering if the really relentless use of the full court press and the half court traps was something you saw via scouting, or whether it's something that you would just like to do more often.
Well, I had a scout on them early, and I was told that you could press them. And our girls, just when you start in that press, they just seem to work harder early rather than sitting in a half-court man, and they love to run it. And we did well against Rockland in it, so it was kind of a combination of the two. I was going to see how it went, and it was kind of slow at first, but it did wear them down, and they got really tired. So I don't know if we could run something like that against a Bandon or a St. Francis next round, though.
Sure was effective tonight. Would be interesting, Rick Patino keeps track of deflections in his teams. I just thought you guys tonight had so many touches defensively. Hands on the ball, hands in the passing lane. A very impressive performance.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, they played very hard, and they rotated really well, especially our big girls. Kelsey Burns, when Rachel leaves to go trap a corner, she has faith in the big girls at half court to rotate and get that tip. So, yeah, we played it real well tonight. I'm real pleased with them. I got to go talk to my girls.
You got to go? You got to go?
I got to go.
I thought we'd hang out for a while. So, have you looked at Bandon or St. Francis?
I saw St. Francis last Friday. They're very good. They could knock off Bandon. I don't know anything about Bandon, but I'll be on the phone tonight, definitely. And I have a scout there. So.
And of course, St. Francis knocks them off. We're right back here at the Earl Crabbe.
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
All right, we got the Gil monkey off my back, so I feel better.
Yeah, we got the Gil at the Touchdown Productions monkey. Well,
Thank
congratulations, and a great JV program this year, 27-1
right.
and 14-0, and your freshman girls did great again this year. You got a great program here, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. We got a lot of great people working the program, and I'd love to take all the credit, but I can take very little. I got great coaches and help.
Take it while you can.
Keep it rolling, Coach Cam.
And he'll be able to take the credit for years because, as we mentioned, good JV program, good freshman program, good all-around program, and it starts at the top, starts with the head coach, and that's the man right there, Tony Camillucci. Gets all the credit
Not
in the world.
Not a whole lot of people win 20 games 7 years in a row. That's a very, very high accomplishment.
Well, they're 23-5 on the year right now, and they're moving into the second round of the playoffs. And for the first time, they won't be playing Bear River in the second round of the playoffs. I want to worry about the Lady Bruins, who are doing very well right now. and as is Del Oro. Okay, Alan, you've talked with the Palm Pilot people, and you got the latest stats. Did your numbers check out okay? Run it down for us, buddy.
Big key to tonight's game was the turnovers. Placer forced Calaveras into 28 turnovers tonight. Placer sure did capitalize with 17 points. Placer committed 15 turnovers, but Calaveras only capitalized with 2 points. The leading scorer for tonight's game was Rachel Hare. She finished with 18 points, 2 rebounds, 4 steals, and 5 assists. Kelsey Burns had a great game for the Lady Hillman, 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. And Laura Schoenoff had a great game, 3 points, 5 assists. Casey Reeks, 11 points, 5 rebounds, and Tiari Dvorak, 11 points. For the Calaveras Redskins, their leading scorer was Katie Walters. She finished with 15 points, 4 rebounds. And Karen Urola had a great game with 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 steals.
Well, there you go. Thank you, Alan, for wrapping that up for us. So you see Mark Lee and the softball coach, Ron Roskelly, over there. And that's we're going to take you out now with the final look at our sponsors for the Lady Hillman Road to Arco Arena, and we certainly hope they can make it. If they play like they did tonight, they've got a shot at it. Our game tonight has been underwritten by Liberty Motors of Grass Valley and Liberty Motors of Auburn. The Alkenbrecht family hopes you've enjoyed this playoff game.
Hanson Brothers Construction and HBE Rentals. The Hanson family continues their support of high school sports.
Placer Title Company, Larry Ingersoll and Sally Vigil, salute the character of sports.
By Taylor Heavy Hauling, Richard and Sheila Taylor are proud of their daughter Jill, as we all are, and of all the Lady Hillman.
Ray's Radiator Service, Judy and Bob Hellman love to watch their granddaughter, Rachel Hare.
Real Estate Center, Lake of the Pines, owner-broker Larry Harley, supports youth activities.
And real estate, pardon me, we've got California Hardwood Producers Incorporated. Dave and Chris Parmenter are supporters of local high school sports. Nice to have them, California Hardwood, as new sponsors.
Burke Home Loans. John Red Burke is proud to sponsor televised sports for our community.
Sierra West Sports, Donna and Dave Bruce, specializing in team sports, and support the Hillman.
And by Diamond Pacific Lumber, manager Chris Peterson is proud to serve you in the Foothills.
And of course, by us, that's Touchdown Productions, championship television in the Foothills since 1997. Join us next time as we travel to Forest Lake Christian to see the defending state champion Lady Falcons against Vacaville. So be sure to tune in for these important playoff games as we continue to follow all local teams on their road to Arco Arena exclusively on your Foothill Game of the Week.
And we want to thank the folks who work the desk every night for the Lady Hillman. Phil Hermanson's the scorekeeper. Bobby's the clock operator. Terry's been on the shot clock forever. Renee and Steve Mead, the stat keepers, parents who support the team. And again, Mark Lee, our athletic director and boys basketball coach here at Placer High School, for making this all easy for us to come and do. Our executive producer and director of Touchdown Productions is Gilbert M. Dominguez.
Chiron operator and replay is Brandon Duckett.
Camera operators, Jamie Pell, Chris Glass, and R.C. Cameron.
Our announcers, myself, Pete Dufour, and Terry Tangney, and don't forget Alan Barros.
Game stats is myself, Alan Barros.
They didn't forget Alan.
Production assistant, Julie Weiberg.
And office manager is Patty Costa.
EIC is David Bevan.
My environmental impact.
Distribution, ACTV. Remote facilities by the commander. Distribution, ACTV, Casey Dominguez.
Seabridge Connections, Kurt Hagenauer.
NCTV, Bill Cockles, Francis Rao, and Lou Sitzer.
Remote facilities brought to you by the Commander.
And the Commander Maintenance is Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Key the music. Stats courtesy of MaxPreps.com. There's Tony Camillucci, Tiari Dvorak. Touchdown Productions. There we are on Nevada City Highway. Give us a call, 274-2206 or 274-2882, and check out the DVD. We thank you for joining us. First round playoffs. The win goes to Placer, 60-58. For Alan, for Terry, and myself, Pete Dufour, and the entire Touchdown Productions team, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again on the road to Arco Arena.